Stop. Just stop. Take your hands off the keyboard. Push your chair back from the desk. Close your eyes for a second and listen to the silence. I want you to be honest with yourself right now. You are tired. You are exhausted. You have been grinding. You have been waking up early, staying up late, staring at glowing screens until your eyes burn. You have been consuming hours of content, analyzing hundreds of charts, and trying to force your way into profitability through sheer force of will. And it's not working, is it? In fact, the harder you try, the more money you seem to lose. The more effort you pour into this, the more the market seems to punish you. You feel like you are running on a treadmill that is slowly increasing in speed, and you are terrified that if you stop running, you will fall off and lose everything. So you run faster. You work harder. You study more. I am here to tell you the truth that the entire trading industry is terrified to admit. I am here to tell you the secret that the gurus selling you courses will never whisper. Your hard work is the problem. There is a parasite living in your mind. It is a belief system that has been planted there since the day you were born. And this parasite is currently eating your trading account alive. It is the belief that input equals output. It is the belief that struggle is the currency of success. Today we are going to perform an exorcism. We are going to rip that belief out of your head. We are going to deconstruct why everything you have ever been taught about success is a lie when it comes to the financial markets. And we are going to teach you the hardest skill in the world, the art of doing absolutely nothing until the exact right moment. This is not a video about being lazy. This is a masterclass on how to stop being a victim of your own ambition. Let's go back to the beginning. Let's look at the programming. From the moment you entered kindergarten, you were programmed with a very specific equation. It is the equation of the factory worker, the soldier, the corporate climber. It says, if you want A, you must do B. If you want better grades, you study longer hours. If you want to make the football team, you run more laps than the other guy. If you want to get promoted, you show up earlier and leave later than your coworkers. Society rewards effort. It applauds the grinder. It worships the hustle. We are taught that if we are not bleeding, we are not trying. We are taught that silence is laziness and that action is virtue. So, when a high-achieving, ambitious, intelligent person like you discovers trading, what do? You do exactly what has worked for you in every other area of your life. You bring your A game. You bring your work ethic. You think, I will outwork the market. I will outsmart the other traders. I will study 50 charts when they study 5. I will take 20 trades a day to get more experience faster. You approach the market like it is a gym. In the gym, if you lift weights for 2 hours, you get stronger than if you lift for 20 minutes. It is linear. Input equals output. But the market is not a gym. The market is a mirror. And what it reflects back at you is not your effort, but your internal state. Trading is the rare domain in human existence where the traditional relationship between effort and reward is not just broken. It is completely inverted. In trading, hard work is often a disguise for anxiety. In trading, the harder you try to force a result, the further that result moves away from you. Think about a Chinese finger trap. You know the toy. You put your fingers in both ends. The harder you pull, the tighter it grips you. The more force you use to escape, the more trapped you become. The only way to get out is to relax, to push in, to let go. The market is a Chinese finger trap, and you have been pulling until your fingers are blue. Let's talk about the biology of this trap. Why does your brain demand that you work hard? Why does it feel so wrong to sit on your hands? It comes down to a biological addiction to productivity. We define ourselves by what we do. If you ask a man who he is, he will tell you his job. I am a builder. I am a doctor. I am a lawyer. Our identity is tied to our activity. When you sit in front of a trading chart and the market is chopping sideways, doing nothing, your brain starts to panic. It says, you are a trader. Traders trade. If you are not clicking buttons, you are not working. If you are not working, you are not making money. If you are not making money, you are a failure. So, to alleviate this anxiety, to soothe this existential dread of being unproductive, you invent a trade. You look at the chart and you hallucinate a pattern. You see a breakout that is really just noise. You see a reversal that is really just a pause. You convince yourself, through complex mental gymnastics, that this mediocre setup is actually a high-probability opportunity. Why? Because you need the dopamine hit of taking action. You need to feel like you are in the game. This is the overtrading trap. And it is the single greatest destroyer of wealth in the retail trading space. Let's look at the math of overtrading. It is brutal. Imagine you have a sniper rifle and a machine gun. The amateur trader is a machine gunner. He runs into the battlefield screaming. He is spraying bullets everywhere. He feels powerful. He is making a lot of noise. He is expending massive amounts of energy. He is sweating. He is working incredibly hard. But he is hitting nothing. He is revealing his position to the enemy. He is wasting ammunition. And eventually he gets taken out. The professional trader is a sniper. He hikes to a position. He lies down in the mud. And he waits. He waits for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 days. He does not move. He does not sleep. He controls his breathing. To an outside observer, he looks like he is doing nothing. He looks like he is sleeping on the job. But inside, he is in a state of hyper-focused awareness. He is waiting for one specific set of criteria to align. The wind, the distance, the target. When that moment comes, he pulls the trigger once. 1 shot. 1 kill. Then he packs up and goes home. Who worked harder? The machine gunner exerted more physical energy. But the sniper exerted more discipline. The market does not pay you for the number of bullets you fire. It pays you for the accuracy of your shot. When you take 10 trades a day because you are working hard, you are statistically guaranteeing your own failure. If you force yourself to find 10 trades, 8 of them will be garbage. They will be low probability setups. By taking them, you are voluntarily lowering your win rate. You are paying more in commissions. You are suffering more slippage. But worst of all, you are burning your mental capital. This is a concept most traders ignore. You have 2 bank accounts. You have your financial capital, the money in your brokerage account. And you have your mental capital, your willpower, your emotional resilience, your clarity. Financial capital is renewable. You can always make more money. Mental capital is finite. You only wake up with a certain amount each day. Every time you analyze a chart, you spend a penny of mental capital. Every time you enter a trade, you spend $1. Every time you stress over a position that is going against you, you spend $10. When you grind all day staring at the 1-minute chart, reacting to every red and green candle, you are bankrupting your mental capital by noon. By the time the real A+ high probability setup actually presents itself at 2 p.m., you are broke. You are exhausted. You have decision fatigue. You are emotionally compromised. You either miss the trade entirely because you are too tired to see it, or you mismanage it because you are too fearful to hold it. Your hard work didn't prepare you for the opportunity, it disqualified you from it. Now let's talk about analysis paralysis. This is the intellectual version of the hard work trap. You have been told that knowledge is power, so you try to learn everything. You fill your charts with indicators. Moving averages, RSI, MACD, Bollinger Bands, Ichimoku clouds, Fibonacci retracements, volume profile. You look like a conspiracy theorist trying to connect the dots. You think that if you just add one more indicator, if you just filter the trade through one more layer of analysis, you will eliminate the risk. You are trying to work your way out of uncertainty. But the market is probabilistic, not deterministic. You cannot eliminate risk. You can only manage it. When you layer 50 indicators on a chart, you create noise. One indicator says buy, the other says sell. The daily time frame is bullish, the hourly is bearish. The news is bad, but the price is rising. You freeze. You are paralyzed by information overload. Bruce Lee said, "I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times." The trader who works hard to master one simple setup, one specific pattern on one specific time frame with one specific risk profile, will destroy the trader who knows a little bit about everything. Complexity is not sophistication. Complexity is often just a form of procrastination. It is a way to feel smart without actually doing the scary thing, which is pulling the trigger on a probability. So, if hard work in the traditional sense is the enemy, what is the solution? What does a successful trader actually do? This is where we have to redefine the word work. The market rewards 3 things. It does not reward effort. It rewards having a system, discipline, patience. Let's break these down because this is the real work, the invisible work. First, the system. The architectural work of trading is done when the market is closed. This is the only time you should be grinding. You build a set of rules. You define your edge. You backtest it. You write it down. This is boring. It involves spreadsheets and data. But once it is done, the work of decision-making is over. When the market opens, you are not a thinker. You are an executioner. You are simply a machine that executes the code you wrote the night before. The hardworking amateur tries to make complex decisions in the heat of the moment, while the candles are flashing and the money is moving. That is suicide. The professional has already made the decisions yesterday. Second, discipline. Discipline is not about doing more. Discipline is about the ability to say no. The hard work of trading is the work of restraint. It is the work of sitting on your hands when every fiber of your being wants to click the mouse. It takes tremendous strength to watch the market rip higher without you and do nothing because it didn't meet your entry criteria. The amateur feels FOMO, the fear of missing out. The professional feels JOMO, the joy of missing out. Why? Because the professional knows that most moves in the market are traps. They are noise. They are designed to lure in the impatient money before reversing. When you avoid a bad trade, you have made money. You have protected your capital. That is a win. But it doesn't feel like a win to the grinder. It feels like inactivity. Third, patience, and this is the big one. Patience is the highest form of action. Warren Buffett famously said, "The stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient." In trading, this is accelerated. The market is a mechanism for transferring wealth from the hard workers to the strategic waiters. Imagine a predator in the wild. A crocodile. Does the crocodile swim around the river all day chasing every minnow, splashing the water, working hard? No, it would starve. It would burn more calories hunting than it would consume. The crocodile finds a spot. It becomes a log. It blends in. It waits. It waits for hours. It waits for days. It does absolutely nothing. But is it lazy? No. It is alert. It is ready. And when the wildebeest finally comes to the water's edge, the crocodile explodes. The violence of the action is proportional to the stillness of the wait. You need to become a crocodile. You need to stop chasing the market and let the market come to you. But how do you actually do this? How do you rewire a brain that has been addicted to dopamine and hustle culture for 20, 30, or 40 years? You have to embrace strategic boredom. You have to get comfortable with being bored. In our modern world, we are terrified of boredom. If we have 5 seconds of downtime, we pull out our phone. We scroll. We need stimulation. If you bring that need for stimulation to the charts, you are dead. The best traders I know have the most boring lives during market hours. They stare at charts. They read books. They go for walks. They meditate. They have learned to detach their self-worth from their activity level. They measure their success not by how much money they made today but by how well they followed their process. Did you follow your plan? Yes. Did you execute your rules? Yes. Did you make money? No. That is a successful day. Did you break your rules? Yes. Did you take a random trade? Yes. Did you make money? Yes. That is a failure. That is a dangerous day, because you were rewarded for bad behavior. And the market will eventually take that money back with interest. You need to shift your timeline. The culture of hard work tells us that speed is everything. We want to speedrun success. We want to get rich this year. But in trading, trying to go fast is the quickest way to go to zero. Think of the bamboo tree. When you plant a bamboo seed, you water it, you fertilize it, and for 5 years you see nothing. No growth. Just dirt. If you were a hard worker looking for immediate results, you would dig up the seed and throw it away. You would say, "It's not working." But under the ground, a massive, complex root system is developing. It is building the foundation. Then, in the 5th year, the bamboo shoots up 80 feet in 6 weeks. Trading is a bamboo tree. You spend years building the root system, the psychology, the risk management, the pattern recognition. You see very little financial reward. You might even lose money. But you are building the capacity to hold wealth. The hardworking amateur tries to pull the sapling out of the ground to make it grow faster. And he kills it. So here's the protocol. Here's how you change. Step 1. The detox. You need to detox from the addiction to action. For the next 2 weeks, I want you to cut your trading volume in half. If you take 10 trades a day, take 5. If you take 2, take 1. Force yourself to sit through a session without clicking a button. Prove to yourself that you can observe the market without engaging with it. Reclaim your sovereignty. Step 2. The audit. You need to audit your invisible work. Are you journaling? Not just your P&L, but your emotions. Are you reviewing your trades? Are you meditating or working on your mental state? Most traders spend 90% of their time looking for setups and 10% on their psychology. Flip that ratio. Spend 90% of your time working on yourself, and the setups will become obvious. Step 3. The subtraction. Stop adding. Start subtracting. Remove indicators from your chart. Remove assets from your watch list. Remove people from your Twitter feed who make you feel FOMO. Simplify your life. Simplify your trading. Imagine a calm lake. If the water is still, it reflects the sky perfectly. You can see everything. But if you are in the water, splashing around, working hard, thrashing your arms, the water is chaotic. You can't see anything. The goal of trading is not to splash. The goal is to be the still water. Step 4. The identity shift. Stop calling yourself a hustler. Stop taking pride in how little sleep you get. Stop wearing your stress as a badge of honor. Start identifying as a risk manager. A risk manager is boring. A risk manager is calm. A risk manager does not run into burning buildings. He installs sprinklers so the fire never starts. Your job is not to make money. Your job is to protect your capital until the money is lying in the corner waiting for you to pick it up. Let me leave you with this final thought. There is a version of you that is consistently profitable. There is a version of you that has achieved the financial freedom you are dreaming of. That version of you is not running around with red eyes, chugging coffee, screaming at the screen, and frantically clicking buttons. That version of you is sitting back in a chair, relaxed. That version of you is smiling. That version of you is watching the market with a sense of detachment. That version of you knows that the market will be there tomorrow. That version of you knows that one trade does not define a career. That version of you has learned the hardest lesson of all. That in a world that screams, do more, the ultimate power is the ability to do less. Put down the weapons of anxiety and effort. Stop fighting a war that only exists in your head. Sit down, breathe, wait, and let the game come to you.